PSG.LGD's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
No! No! No!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
Да? 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 Нет! 漂亮！漂亮！漂亮！ No! 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 Да? 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 Нет.
Prepare for battle.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, OG versus LGD to open it up here in the arena in Moscow. And I'm only Pixel here with Fog. We've seen the drafts. It's going to be a lot of fun. OG, they've got that combo. The Darkseer's Earth Spirits, the Thompson Invoker coming in once again. But LGD, they got two of the scariest IO pairings in the game. Tiny IO and Jara IO. It's here good to go.
Yeah, Tiny IO used to be, of course. Now it's a little bit different, but this is definitely looking to be a very spicy game, for sure. We have a lot of combo coming out from OG, very comfort heroes. You look at LGD, the thing I look at in particular, I love that Lizard mentioned it, the Nyx. This hero, I feel like some teams are straying away from it, sure. It's been getting banned quite a bit of the times, but I look at the OG draft and there's just so many inferences of damage. This Carapace is definitely going to prove to be quite a problem. Also quite concerned in the mid lane. I'm not too sure how this Invoker is going to fare versus a Tiny. I also think there's a lot of easy options where Tinys can just toss the Invoker backwards. You're so slow movement speed. It's very easy for them to just bring one hero, toss back, easy kills.
I mean, yeah, how do you sort of make that situation better? Do you just have to hope that Thompson's going to play super safe? I mean, it doesn't sound very Thompson to do, right? He wants to make things happen. You look at the Jerax or Soxkas to sort of sit around that mid and just make sure that he doesn't feed as the Invoker.
I think Jerax is the key. I think the Ion Shelled Earth Spirit, you throw that in with the Cold Snap, that's where you can try to turn those, but yeah, still could be quite scary here. Top lane though, there's a very powerful duo. We see it so often, of course. And it looks like they are maybe going to put the Jakiro in the mid lane to start. We are seeing him kind of walking toward there. That might be the approach they do to try to set off the Invoker to get a good like first few creep waves.
We'll see much how hard it they can get, but yeah, this mid may be tiny. Something that could really do a number against Topson's Invoker in the CS department. We'll see how well he can handle it here mid.
I'm very concerned for his last hit. I mean, 54 base damage to 81 plus
it's gonna be
victory. Yeah, not gonna see him really get too many there.
Nope. Every single one should be going maybe when he's got that tree up. Even when he hasn't, of course, as you say, just that ridiculous base damage on that Tiny.
Yeah, and they're just sending Saksha bottom, so they're not actually going to be helping mid at all. So very concerned for Topson in that mid lane, and bottom, we should see Chalice get a decent amount down here. We already see FY, or X-Nova on the Nyx Assassin. Actually, also to point out, it is X-Nova on the Nyx, not FY. So FY is playing the IO. You know, we do see that happen, but he is going to manipulate the creep wave, make sure his Tidehunter gets quite a lot down.
Same to be said for Seb. He's already in position, grabbing a couple of waves at a time here, and we'll be able to drag those around. Does mean that one of the pluses of this happening for PSG.LGD is, Gyro a lot of times is in a lane where he's struggling to get CS because someone is out denying him and has that greater base damage. This time he's only going to be really fighting up against the tower. So Ame, as long as he does the maths, knows how to prep the creeps, which he definitely does, he is going to have free farm on that safe lane.
Yeah, and they actually bring X-Nova up, so they're zoning this out. They're trying to at least here. Jarex is already level 2, so he's pretty strong, but the IO allows us to put a decent amount of pressure. Seb is only level 1.
They cannot run. They can only walk with the iron shells. Jarex is going to try and roll in and help out, getting a bit of damage on FY. In fact, FY is falling low. FY will be popped. Jarex is trying to get to him, but he hasn't got the movement speed. FY is able to salve up, turn around, and it'll be LGD to take out Jarex before OG can do any damage to them. It is allowing Seb to continue on the retreat, but X-Nova, a beautiful stump from the high ground, catches Seb out. They're going to clean up both of them as PSG.LGD put an end to those creep skipping shenanigans that Seb and Jarex were trying to get away with.
Oh, and the creeps actually get aggroed by the neutrals as well, so they're getting denied.
Taken away.
Look at them pinging it. You see X-Nova just pings up top. Those creeps are dying to the neutrals.
And the mid lane, as expected, double the CS here for maybe.
Yep.
Making it look very easy, as is the Tiny versus Invoker 1v1 matchup.
Yeah. Tons of pressure. Bottom Chalice, he is being slowed down, of course, but he's got a triple range creep under his tower, so Tidehunter is getting quite a lot as we see top the missile on Seb.
See, this time they are both level 2.
Yeah.
So a little harder for PSG.LGD to commit on, but still just keeping them away from the creeps, making it very hard for Seb to get any sort of pull rounds. We'll go in and get the shell down once again. Goes for the surge, but X-Nova's going to be able to waste a fair bit of it with that stun.
Jarek's kicking him away a little bit.
Desperately trying to make sure that Seb doesn't get caught out once more, keeping him safe and allowing him to this time actually grab some of the lane creeps and be able to take them around, but they are denying a fair few of them there, PSG.LGD, making sure that very little is gotten on that top lane for OG.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that Ame goes for the level, 1 point in the missile, of course. You've got the stun from the Nyx. You want some type of follow-up versus this Earth Spirit as well as Darkseer. So that early point will be nice. Jarex continuing to try to just pull these creep waves as much as he can. And we do see these 2 wards placed out here by both sides, actually, to block the camps. Kind of funny. We've been seeing that a lot from teams right now, just to make sure there's no cutting from Axes and Darkseer. So, Jarex.
He's got the roll back up and should be able to get out of that as FY has managed to block him off, in fact. So with that in mind, they'll be able to chase their stuns back online for X-Nova. They're going to be able to take down Jarex again. The 2 of them, the support combo from LGD, causing many issues for the top half of OG's map.
Yep. Topson's catching back up, though. He's 15-5.
He is.
He's doing pretty well now. And I see him going for the urn in this game. Of course, you're playing versus the IO in particular. You can throw that urn onto the back lines and just prevent a lot of that healing. And, of course, you're plus Wex, so why not? You have a lot of different ways to make it work well with your team, too. And they want to get it early. That's the big thing, too. It's sure, Earth Spirit, natural builder for it, but Jarex isn't going to be getting the farm for it.
And then they go. X-Nova was able to find an Invis rune up top. Did get scanned out, but Topson, can he get back in time? He pops the Fairy Fire underneath the tower. PSG.LGD trying to dive. One more hit in a tree will do it, maybe. Able to secure the kill on Topson, as Shockshka was unable to force them away. As PSG.LGD diving, getting away with these kills. 4-0, 1k gold lead.
This is where OG has to try to make some aggressive move onto Ame here. He's probably pretty wary, probably being pretty careful up here up top.
We'll see a nice wave of creeps hit. Preserved for Topsons as Shockshka holds them outside of the tier 1 tower range.
Yep, important that also, of course, it's building into the urn, but the raindrop is ever important. You're playing versus a Tiny. You want a raindrop early on.
On these side lanes, we can see both carries at the moment, Ame and Anna, having pretty much free farms. Seb Let's get Connor popping out. Homie missile taking a lot of damage. Jarek tries to kick him away, but they're both going to go down. By the looks of it, the blocks again. He cannot roll away any of these times, Jarek's. Each and every one of them being blocked off by the two of them up top. It's just kill after kill for PSG.LGD on that top lane.
His rage is on cooldown. He used it before.
And with the three of them surrounding him, the rotation from maybe they'll kill off Ana as well. The lane's off to a bit of a disaster for OG.
And there goes the Sebs, of course. It's going to start out real quick here. 7-0. Woof. Chalice also getting involved on a kill there too. He was jungling for a bit. He's having a good start across the board here for LGD. And maybe looks like he's actually just starting to make moves around the map. They're giving FY the mid lane for the moment here. OG, they have to start being able to make some type of responsive moves here. They do have Thompson. Earn is finished. He's starting to get some more levels up so he can respond to some of these movements that are coming out. But Sakshka,
PSG.LGD was still down in the jungle and blocking Sakshka off away from any potential save from his shrine. It's just getting caught slightly out of position. Didn't expect PSG.LGD to still be down on their half of the map, but they were.
They know how fast they want to play on the side of LGD. Sure, they've got a Tidehunter where sometimes you see these type of lineups. It's like, ooh, we can't play too aggressive, but it's early game. It's laning phase. They have very dominant laning phase heroes. And yeah, they're continuing to bring this pressure on. And usually it's been OG at this tournament that's been the pressure bringers. But LGD, they're reading it. They understand that this is not a lineup that can do that. They have a life stealer. This hero takes time. Invoker.
Yeah, 6 minute smoke ups with the mid player, with maybe just getting the wraparound onto Thompson. Thompson cannot escape. Surely he tried for the tornado and the ghost wall, but there's the tree out just in time. Another kill for maybe, and another Seb in the all chat as 9-0. 3K lead. PSG.LGD showing no signs of slowing down.
No mercy whatsoever. They haven't been able to pressure either. They're usually, you know, Darkseer plus your Earth Spirit. When you're playing against these melee carries, you tend to be able to pressure the lane a lot more. But the Io Gyro, they sustain so much, they're able to do just fine for it. And they brought a Chari lane, right? So Ame, almost level 7 now. Free farm on the Gyrocopter, free farm on the Tiny, and they're not slowing down. Look at Maybe. He's just positioned with FY. They want to go for plays. But top...
They're going to start trying to make moves themselves. OG is Thompson as the setup onto Arme. The slows there as well. He'll try and tell with the back, and he's got the backup of FY. And now Arme, he's just going to turn and start killing them off. In comes the wraparound from Maybe. Thompson will be able to get in the Ghost Walk in time, so he'll survive. But as we're seeing, because of the lead that PSG.LGD has gotten out the lanes, these sort of moves that OG are going to try and make are so hard to do, especially when you're going on a gyro that gets FY's Io back in range just in time. They were pretty close. But it's always a risk. There's always going to be that turnaround potential. And OG, I mean, they were lucky just to lose the one there.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. Just that wraparound could have been disastrous if a reveal was there. Invoker dies again. They might even get more in mid. Another aggressive move. Jarrett's is here, though.
So if they've got the damage to get any of these kills in return, as maybe pretty tanky, and X-Nova, he is able to walk it off as well. Two of them unable to turn things around. In fact, maybe just goes back up to the high ground with the stun from X-Nova. Jarex, he's messed up. He hangs around, gets a little too cocky, and they just turn and kill him. PSG.LGD have nothing to be scared about at the moment.
No, and they've already put down all these aggressive wards as well with their aggressive movements, so they're seeing all the moves from OG. It's 11-0 already, Owen, and look at this. The dream room for Tiny of hasted in the bottle. Only level 6 though still, not hitting that level 7 yet, but level 3 points in the toss, so high amounts of burst damage for sure. And Ana, he's getting good farm.
He's getting farm.
He's still up there. He's got the Midas, so we've seen what Ana can do. Can still be a bit of a tough one. He has a very good matchup in this game versus all these heroes. He does have some good stuff, but the Tidehunter is one that can cause a lot of problems for the Lifestealer.
Yeah, it's for sort of the chaos that's been coming out from PSG.LGD, both Thompson and Ana have been doing their best at keeping it cool. They are these heroes that have these abilities to help them get away. Every time Thompson's been jumped upon, he's quick with the tornadoes, the ghost walks. He does have that chance to play his way out. And of course, Ana being on the Lifestealer, he's always going to have that rage to rely on. One of the reasons as well, I feel, why PSG.LGD they've sort of let him be for now. They're focusing elsewhere on the map. This is a tricky place for them to make a play on the Lifestealer. They know if they can play fast enough elsewhere, they won't need to worry too much about Ana.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Ana, you see he's queued up the Armlet build. We've been seeing this a little bit more now. We're seeing Armlet, and then they go back for the Radiant sometimes. This could be a build where maybe he goes against it. Maybe he goes for just straight physical. That Armlet, that Deso, that AC, Panel was talking about it. Physical damage on OG, limited. Way to push towers, limited. If they have that plus an Alacrity, it can change it completely.
See, maybe. But the haste having a bit of a go towards Jarex, but Thompson is there to ward him off. So maybe we'll have to hang back, focus back on the farm. 700 towards the blink. making sure that he can go straight for these items that really allow him to go, go, go.
Yeah, playmaking. He doesn't need to be the big farmer in here. He has, like you said, he has the IO gyro. The IO can also get to the point where he can always give the Aghanims too to the Tiny. If he's tethered to him ever. He'll probably be sticking with Ame like 99% of the time though. But in some of those situations when he's dead or not in the fight, we could see a little bit difference. As top, Sep.
Going on again. They chase him down. Homing missile inbound. Sochka trying to slow down the advance. So Sep. Take the homing missile to the face. Mass TP's coming in though. Means the PSG.LGD cannot stick around for the kill. Sep will be kept fine. As FY takes Ame back for a quick refuel towards the fountain. We'll see if they want to come back in on this. Xnova is there. Let's see if they bring the Gyro and try and fight this. OG do have 4. The Ice Path getting laid down. FY, he's not going to bring the Gyro back. He's only coming back on his own. Tried to tether across towards the creeps, but the cold stab's there from Thompson. They take down FY as OG get the first kill on the board, but Chalice walks in straight at Ravage. He's caught the 2 of them. Sochka and Jarex, the 2 supports will fall. As Ame cleans up the double kill. Seb's hiding in the trees. Thompson gets the Ghost Walk off in time. Maybe still hunting. He can sense that they're still around. His Seb will manage to surge away in time. A PSG.LGD, as quick as they lose a hero, they'll strike back and take 2 immediately from OG.
They quickly made that decision that we're gonna fight. They had pretty much everything available for the side of LGD, so they just brought everybody up there to fight versus OG. And you see that Lifestealer just still staying down bottom, waiting till he can get involved. Once he has Armlet, then he can start making moves. They have methods of transportation for him, right? They have the Earth Spirit, so they do have that Infest combo that can come out and bring targets down very quickly.
Jarex will find maybe here as maybe starts to back away. He's able to toss back the Earth Spirit, but Seb's on top of him. Got that Magnetize going as well. Ice Path won't quite catch him. And Xnova can offer a stun. There's the Tether FY as well, making sure to come in with the save, so maybe it's fine. Chalice starts to head over. It's going to be hard for OG to try and die for any of these kills, but Jarex, he's desperate to try. Rolls in, does manage to keep the Magnetize going on maybe with the Tornado. The Bowlers, they've got him. They've got one now. They can turn for a second. FY gets popped underneath the tower as well. Arme's turned up. With the help of Chalice, they'll burn down Sochka. OG, Thompson and Jarex. See if they've got anything else to offer. Jarex has to roll away, but it's blocked off. Chalice will block off the escape attempt, but OG with the 3 of them, they want to go for Ana. He's turned up to the fight, but Xnova's stun will put a stop to Ana being able to chase anybody down.
That Magnetize, he just continuously spread it. I think he used all of his remnants. Yeah, he used 7 stone remnants to commit forward for that one. They do get that big kill though, and do they actually get themselves extra urn charges? They do. So even though he committed a few there, we do see Thompson was able to pick himself up a couple there too. And he will commit for the full Veil, or for the full Spirit Vessel in this game, because he's versus that Tiny, versus that IO, reduce that healing.
Now we can see here Xnova, his stats, his plays.
Yeah.
Excellent so far this game. 209, involved in 11 of the 15, and hitting some phenomenal stuns already.
And now this is the big timings, right? Okay, they've got the Maelstrom. This is the farming tool. The BKB is queued up for Ame. That one, just like Pano was talking about, you look at OG's draft, highly magical. This is going to cause a big problem when he's able to get that one online. Still quite a ways away, though. So I think they do need to start to make some moves, try to keep that pressure going onto that gyrocopter in particular. But the ward situation right now for OG, it's very limited. They have not been able to find opportunities to get out and put these wards out because LGD, they got all their wards out before because they're aggressive moves. So if they do go put these wards out, we know Xnova. This guy is maybe even the best warder in the game. He will take out your wards if you do place them under any type of vision at all.
Yeah, PSG.LGD just know exactly what OG's doing on the map.
All these wards that got placed down so early on.
See Xnova. Vendetta getting eyes upon them. Chalice is going to TP in, does have Ravage available. They'll go for the EMP, it's going to come in before the TP completes, so Chalice still has the mana to play with. Now Xnova, he's going to go for the setup.
No
Chalice
hesitation.
Gets the 2 of them with the Ravage. Thompson's in trouble, he gets the Tornado off, he's trying to desperately get away, but he's already been dusted. They've got the vision upon him, he'll turn with the cold snap, but he cannot hold back the 3 of them as Thompson will fall. Xnova still eyes on Sochka, see if they can chase this one down as well. Chalice is coming in. They have taken the gyro away back towards the mid lane where another fight could potentially kick off, as they realize they only need the 2 of them to be able to chase down the Jakiro and get that kill as well.
Man, Chalice is getting involved in all these kills too. I know PSG.LGD.
He's keeping across with Ana, but there's 3 heroes still here. They're trying to fight with Ana.
So he's the Tiny.
This is a little risky here from OG. As Jarex, he's just taken Ana on what seems like a bit of a suicide mission. Maybe Ana can make something happen, and he will. He does get maybe.
That's a huge kill.
He'll take that. He will take that. Jarex died for this, and it was worth it.
The haste rune ran out there, so he's able to turn and get that kill. And Ana, you see, queues up that Death Cell build. I think absolutely appropriate in this game. You need to be able to kill a target immediately in one type of disable to when you focus them down, and they just need physical damage desperately on their lineup.
And for the amount of kills that LGD does have, OG are being able to sort of keep the game level, at least in the net worth. It's been at that sort of 3-4K for the last like 5-6 minutes. It's not getting any worse in the farm department because Ana is still able to keep himself at the top. The question is if that lifesteal is going to be enough.
It really is mostly just Ana though. I look at Seb's net worth and that is my biggest concern here in this game. He is almost getting caught up with the 5 position on PSG.LGD. This Darkseer still nowhere near that mech, nowhere near any of those type of items to be able to provide that extra team fight support for his team. And I look at Chalice, he's having a spectacular game. He's up in the top 4.
He's going in, but this is risky. They're fighting around the shrine. They'll lay down the macro pile and the ice path. FY incredibly low. They'll get the IO surely. They do. FY's down, but Arme's already way out of there.
He spent his gold too. That IO actually has a full mech. So IO has a mech way before the Darkseer does on the opposing side.
They're trying to play as quick as they can. As soon as they take down one, they're looking for more. They'll turn towards maybe by the side of Chalice and Arme. This is a scary place for OG to fight, but they're pushing on. Ana's on top straight away. Ice Path won't connect, but Jarex is able to get him with the roll. They're blocking off maybe, and they have the damage to take him down. Seb, with the Iron Shell damage, gets the kill. As OG showing that they will not be ones to sit at the side, even though the large majority of kills for Seb, for LGD were there in the start. OG fighting hard, getting Ana involved, and now starting to push on the towers themselves, despite being down 6-18.
I love how they just bring the aggression. Sure, they're down, but yeah, they know they need to be able to respond. This is the OG that we saw winning the games versus EG, winning the games versus Secret. It doesn't matter, oh, ultis are on cooldown. You know what, we can still try and fight, try to make things happen, make reactions go on. But yeah, there's a lot of farm coming out on the side of LGD in these team fights.
All 3 cores.
Yeah, the mech already finished up on IO. I believe it's a full hood on the Tidehunter, and he's going for the blink as well. So yeah, lots amount of team fight that will be coming out for them. And we also did see, maybe he went for the drum. So he wanted to get himself some more type of stats before he went straight for that blink dagger, it seemed. But he's going to have the blink now very soon after this.
And they have been able to kill off maybe a few times now. It's just sort of the other 2, Arme and Chalice, that are real issues for OG when they try and go for a fight. Especially whenever their Ravage is up. And if they can't get on top of Arme straight away, he's able to turn and get his full skill set out. Top, they'll find FY alone. He does get the tether off, but it's not going to be quick. As Seb, again, picking up the last touch. It's another kill for OG.
They're just bringing Ana involved, even though, yeah, still ways from that Desolator or anything like that. He's got the Armlet, and he's got Ion Shell plus Surge. So that always is going to be enabling you quite a lot more to make these invasive plays. PSG.LGD, they have everything available now. Their Ravage is up, but OG, now they are starting to pick up a little bit of space. It's still 6K gold lead, but Seb now at least has the mech finished up at the base when he will be able to bring that one out.
Just playing as 5, making sure that those early pickoffs that LGD were able to find have been put to a stop. TP down bottom, Thompson. The setup with the Tornado onto X-Nova, blocking him off. The mana's gone. They'll get themselves another kill. OG working perfectly as a unit to rectify what was a very rough laning stage.
Absolutely. And we see that situation where you're like, wait a minute, there's a Nyx assassin in our jungle. We're probably going to have some wards in our jungle here. Let's see if they're able to actually find any of them, though, because we do see a couple sentries placed down from Saksha, and he wasn't able to find any of the vision. And there's 3 deep wards placed right now into OG's jungle.
Blink-on maybe will be revealed. We'll see if PSG.LGD want to try and go for a big reveal as they now pick Blink Dagger up as well for Chalice. The double Blink's ready to go. They have the jump, they have the Ravage.
They've got the big, the combo breaker is the big one that I always name the Tidehunter. You're playing versus these like Darkseer or Spirits, or you're playing against like a Magnus kind of combo. You have this Tidehunter. He's the one that disrupts everything. He's the one that just breaks what your idea of is of the team fight.
This could be another scary move for OG coming into the jungle.
They've got the ward here. They see the relocate happening right now too.
FY's just gone down bottom to join forces with X-Nova. And maybe to find Seb, but indeed back in the jungle. Arme's in trouble, and once this move's been made, sure, Seb, will he die? He will tick out. But back in the jungle, Arme's gone, and so is FY. I mean, FY, he relocated down there on his own, felt that he was needed to join those 2 to get the kill, but it leaves the Jaro vulnerable, and therefore himself, when he's on the relocate back into his own jungle. And OG were prepared.
And it was one of the few wards that OG did have on the map. That one positioning there on the shrine, it saw the relocate happening early. They were already smoked up making the move. It's getting pinged out immediately. They know there's going to be a ward there. But that was a great aggressive move there by OG.
OG just making sure that any small sort of window of opportunity that's there for them, they jump straight through it.
And now the full Desolator is finished up for Ana. He's starting to pack quite a bit of a punch here on this Lifestealer.
He is. He's keeping his cool. Top of the net worth.
And he's always got the other thing too, that bonus, right? If there's situations for alacrity.
Here we go again, Thompson. Starting to play around with X-Nova. Each time the EM's burning everything that will jump onto Thompson with a Ravage as well. Chalice catches the three of them. Thompson instantly buys back, keeping over to the shrine to make sure that OG have a chance to take something in trade. Chasing down Chalice. Anna, he's got the damage with the Deso. Now going towards FY. FY is back by the shrine, but Jarex rolls in, blocks him off. It's a double kill for Anna. He will keep himself away from the missile, but it still connects. See if they can get more out of this. X-Nova is dusted up. Thompson, he's split maybe away from the rest of his team, as there's the setup with the tornado. Jarex is in as well with the Spirit Vessel damage. Maybe he's ticking low. Does manage to get the combo out.
Gets the
blink as well. He's on the escape. Can Thompson and Jarex catch this? He's hiding in the trees. Goes for the TP out. One touch would do it, but Thompson can't get it in time. As he's back to the fountain, maybe will survive. Back in mid, Anna and Zeb continue to chase down both X-Nova and Arme. Arme pretty separated from the rest of his team. FY's back in. Will come in immediately with the relocate, and Anna, no messing around from him. Rage and a TP out. Knows that he does not want to overstay as well.
They really have to watch out how much damage this Lifestealer does. Even though he's hitting the Tidehunter there, I believe the mech did not actually hit the Tidehunter there because how fast he got chunked down, and they were able to chase over and over that again because of that buyback from Thompson. This on a Lifestealer, he's ahead of the Gyrocopter right now. They have the BKB now for Ame, so he's much safer in these next few situations, but yeah, this Lifestealer proving to be an issue.
It really is. And it was something as we said, you know, in the lanes, PSG.LGD just focusing their attention elsewhere, maybe with the belief that they could kill sort of everyone else in the map enough times to sort of get to the point where they were far ahead enough to not worry about the Lifestealer. But looking at it now, they absolutely are sort of probably kicking themselves for not throwing more down towards that bottom lane, because Anna has had a free game and he's taking over these team fights now.
It's a good game for the Lifestealer, right? That's what we were talking about. The panel was saying it too. The Jug and the Lifestealers are always the fantastic choices when you're playing versus a Gyro. And then also there was a Tiny and a Nyx Assassin. Lifestealer likes to play versus those heroes. In particular, Nyx, you just you don't worry about getting Carapace, about getting stunned, of course. The Tiny just eat him.
Jarex on the hunt. The 5-man smoke. We'll see who they can catch. Chalice.
They're finding a lot of momentum on OG. They've got a Veil 2 finished up for Jarex, so more team fight coming in. They have so much magic damage. That's going to be really good for OG there. But there is that BKB for Ame. Jarex
over. He's going to lead in onto Jarex. Anna's going to jump out immediately. Look towards X-Nova. X-Nova with the spike carapace. Pull back off. Jarex is going to get left behind. Does manage to roll away. But the missile heading his way will finish him off. Surely on. Maybe not Seb with the mech. The mech heal that was enough to keep him alive. So they'll actually manage to get Jarex out of that.
And X-Nova ticks out to Spirit Vessel Cold Snap.
OG starting to look a little scary. They may be behind, but they're certainly not playing like they are.
No, definitely not. I mean, Anna's not behind. He pretty much has Basher finished up now after that Armlet Deso, so sticking on target should be a little bit easier for him once he does have that finished up.
And the first time this patch. Look at that. Some Harry Potter cosplay from Thompson.
Whoa.
Which one was that? I don't even know the name. What's the name of that cloak? The invisible cloak or something? He's got it. The Glimmer Cape Invoker.
Interesting. So there's a good amount of burst damage and magic damage, but that's just so he can get away. And
yeah.
So, okay. As his own defensive item. I mean, he's been struggling, right? Every time he's been getting caught at all, he dies. This reduction of magic damage might be enough if he gets hit by a stun to live. Maybe.
And I think it's sort of maybe just getting into the boat of, we just got to keep Anna alive. When his rage isn't available, if Eve can offer a Glimmer Cape, I don't know if he's going to want to use it mainly on himself. I think he's mainly going to look to just make sure that Anna is going to stay alive throughout the fights. This is the damage at the front. After Thompson's got his combo off, he just has to make sure that Anna's safe to go in and not worry too much about being bursted down when his rage is worn off.
They are always casting, you know, they're always carrying dust and sentries though, because they're playing versus a Ghostwalk Invoker, so they will always have the option to be able to find him at least inside of those, at least for LGD. As Sachiko shows his face, they get a ward down and he just quickly dies. But they've definitely done a good job of bringing that lead down. It's down to 3K. It's still 13 to 21. They're still suffering a bit, sure. The Darkseer Invoker, you see their net worth there, staying behind, but Anna's keeping up.
And Seb's getting the items that he, will still make a difference. The full Greaves is now there for the team. As Thompson just starts to walk straight in. Chalice, no hesitation though, goes immediately for the Ravage. They're chain-stunning him down and Thompson's walked into his death.
Radiant's middle tower.
I mean, it's a Ravage and a BKB forced, but he's dead for 70 seconds. He just ran in.
I mean, it's the wonders of the Glimmer Cape Invoker. It's just, you don't know what to expect from Thompson. He's got his own ways of playing the game.
Well, this is where now, OG, you know, there's no Ravage. You know, there's no BKB.
Ravage.
Try to make some aggressive move here with your Earth Spirit plus your Infest, and they immediately are looking for that on the Bounty Rune.
And one of his greatest magic spells. Boom. Look, no Ravage. It's disappeared. It's gone. Now the question is if OG can do anything with that timing.
They have to try to make something happen. They really do. Sakshka is getting spotted. He's putting a ward down, but it got seen immediately. That's going to get counter-warded instantly. So maybe now, down bottom, he wants to push this lane in as far as possible. We see the tiny position down there because they know they want to be able to take a fight in the best position possible for themselves because they don't have their Ravage. So you see OG, they're looking, they're hunting.
No, straight in. And as we saw there, the Basher, faster than the patch fastest. He is farming like he's never farmed before, Anna. And we normally expect great things from him, but this is just on another level here on the main stage. No messing around from this Lifestealer. Head down. As just fully focused. Anna's farm.
Are they going to commit for a Rosh here? Because the Ravage is down. They have the Deso, they have high damage, and it should be pretty good sustain for themselves too.
All part of Thompson's master plan.
They know this is happening though. LGD, they are going already.
Well,
and
they don't have a Ravage.
Thompson has to start TPing up toward that shrine.
Yeah, they're a little scared, Seth. Go for the surge. We'll dodge the initial jump in from maybe. Jarex, he's going to try and roll towards the back lines. Get some more vision, get some more control upon them, cancel some blink daggers. Anna now leads in towards X-Nova. EMP's down as well, making it hard for PSG.LGD to stick around, but indeed that's saved from maybe. Very nicely done. Keeps X-Nova out of harm's way.
That's a nice play. That they see how Anna's playing it. He rages and he's committing for it. He really wants to kill that Nyx before the fight starts.
Still want to get in. Ravage 20 seconds. And Chalice will have it back. X-Nova starting to throw in stones with the sideline. Thompson's already leading in though with the tornado. X-Nova puts the spike. Carapace gets away. Homing missiles taken down by Anna. Roshan less than half health. But there's the jump shot. The three-man avalanche. They've got the setup. Maybe crushes them all. Anna's dead. Soshka's gone as well. Neither with buyback available, so they cannot choose to come back to the fight. Thompson. He's trying to stick around. Chalice, he's got that Ravage back online. He won't even need it potentially for Thompson. If he wants to pop it, it would be a great time. And there it is. The three of them in the Ravage. Thompson taken down. Maybe gets the triple kill. The Magnetize is out, but already Roshan has fallen. Aegis claimed by Arme. They'll lose X-Nova, but they'll take everything else around the pit. PSG.LGD.
OG stacked so hard on the retreat there with the rage on cooldown for Anna, so maybe gets the perfect jump. He got all three of them there with that combo. And what was looking like a decent shot for OG to come back just gets smashed down quickly by LGD. That swung at 7,000 gold so quickly there, and now they're going to pick up a full another arsenal of items. Level 18 tied, IO up to 15 as well. Ooh. That was the moment for OG to bring it back, and now it's looking real troublesome.
And we saw just even when there's not necessarily the threat of the Ravage, it's Jarex
close
out in time. It's just the fact that X-Nova and maybe have just been hitting so many three-man stuns each and every time. One of the two of these heroes, they're going to be, they don't need a Ravage. They just do enough as it is. You have to be careful for your OG in terms of positioning, as they'll look and find any chance to get in and get those perfect lines.
Like, they want to be able to get this vacuum combo into your Ice Pass, but LGD, they're getting the jumps on them differently there. As Chalice will lose all of his mana.
See if they can finish him off by the Kraken Shell, getting him out of the wounds, and in fact, FY is going to jump in and tether him, take him out. We're able to refuel.
But maybe he's
back in the base, yes, maybe bashed up. Ice Pass trapped there as well. They will now be coming back in. Chalice does turn up, maybe pops the BKB. He's allowing it to walk out of the Macropyre. Sunstrike's going to be there. But of course, with the points that he has, not nearly enough damage. They'll try and roll for an easier kill potentially. Look for X-Nova, but I say that he's already out of the Sentry Ward. Do they have further vision? They do. Roll in and Jarex pops down another. They'll get the Nyx Assassin. Arme still poised on the top, seeing if they can maybe get even more out of this, but they will retreat.
Pretty big item timing here for him too. That butterfly finished up makes it much harder for Ana to really focus fire. Immediately you see that MKB queued up from Ana though, once he sees the butterfly is finished. And OG, they're looking to make a play here.
In. They know they've got the numbers.
They've got their combos.
There's Thompson in on the back lines. He's got the vision, looking for the setup. Arme would be a fantastic target, but it's not an easy one. The farm that he's got is hard. BKB will be able to start to walk away and in fact walk towards them. He can start to punch back with the damage offered by that Maelstrom and Butterfly. Ravage comes out.
It connects.
It did get knocked out, but Adam's already started jumping in. The Infest actually saves him from it. Jarek tries to run him away, but the Avalanche is in. Great macropile though from Solskjaer down on all of them. And in fact, Arme's burned down. They've taken the Aegis out of the hands of the Gyro. Buyback from Jarek. He smokes up as well to get back to the fight as quick as possible. So a support down, but they do get that Aegis off the Gyrocopter.
Chalice was just trying his best to catch him right on the edge there, and he does. They actually are able to get that kill, but that quick and fast, like you said, was able to actually keep him alive.
Yeah, well, sort of as he was stunned as he was jumping in.
Yeah, it was almost like exact timing coming out there.
We'll see here. Midas already paid off, so Anna's going to be happy as long as this game keeps going, keeps sailing on. He needs more items. He needs that MKB.
It just, the other thing is, can he do it by himself? His Invoker and his Darkseer are so far behind in this game.
It is a lot on Anna.
It's so much pressure on him, and sure, we're talking about that Lifestealer. You can match up well versus a Gyrocopter if you're ahead. Once the Gyrocopter starts to peel ahead and you have an IO bonus giving you a free Aghanims, it's going to start to change the tides even more so of that matchup. He's going to definitely start to get kited out too from that mobility as well. OG, they have to try to find their opportunities for those big combos. They haven't been able to find it much. They had that one situation with the Magnetize, but we haven't seen the vacuum into the Ice Path hit just yet.
You can see here the net worth for Thompson certainly falling off compared to the average.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of those averages influenced by having a Midas, but even so, still not great numbers for Thompson. It's been slow, but he's been purely focused really on just finding the setups, making those plays happen. This has not been a farming Invoker. This has been an Invoker that's just been getting involved constantly and trying to make things happen alongside his Lifestealer. A lot of the time still, even though he may be down on farm, it's still very annoying to play against. These EMPs, if he gets them out before the BKBs are popped, make it very hard for PSG.LGD to fight into. But they obviously have ways to play around it. They do have the relocates. They can quickly get someone back to the fountain, back into the fight. They have the Greaves as well. There are ways to counter those sort of plays. So for OG, it's not going to get any easier.
Yeah, I mean, and this is just, it's kind of like your natural Thompson, right? He's always going to be the playmaker. He's always going to be running around pretty much whatever hero is playing. As we see Pings coming out bottom. X-Nova trying to set up for a relocate. The sentry gets placed down.
Set knows he's here. Look at the vacuum track back. Thompson does get caught out by the spike carapace, but Solskjaer will look for the block up with the ice buff. X-Nova's got to go the other way. They'll chase him down. There'll be no help for him coming from the rest of his teammates. So OG will get a free kill onto the Nyx Assassin. So that's the risk, that's the price you pay, you know, when you're looking over the enemy's jungle. You know, X-Nova knows that half the times that he goes over there, he's going to get caught out.
Absolutely. And that was actually that was Seb carrying a Sentry Ward, right? I believe, in that situation there. So, offlaners, sometimes you got to carry some reveal too.
MKB now finished on Anna.
Okay.
They do have a good shot with the damage. Still, you've got to hope for OG that they get on top of FY. They get rid of that IO, because otherwise the sustain is still going to outdo the damage output that OG have, even with that MKB on Anna.
And they have to find a way to stick on the target, because the IO with that Gyrocopter, he now has the level 20 talent as well on Gyro. So that movement speed, look at this, 515. So these two are going to be zooming. Also picks up a Yasha. So even more so doubling down on just that kiting, moving away and just getting a little bit away from that Lifestealer. It also, of course, makes your IO move faster. So always going to be beneficial to be able to do that here. And he's going to go into the Manta. So those dispels, sure, his BKB is there, but it's starting to tick down. It's down to 7 seconds on Ame, and there's so many annoying spells on OG. Like the Dual Breath, they have Cold Snap, they have Open Wounds, a lot of different good things that he can use to dispel. As OG, they're still positioning here on the aggression with this timing, like you mentioned, with that MKB. They're still looking to try to catch something. But LGD, they're smoking. They're ready to fight.
I mean, maybe he's got the full Aghanims on the Tiny, so ready to start throwing those trees in. As they're waiting to see who steps forward on the middle lane, but OG play it smart. Nobody heading out on mid to farm for now. Keeping the sails backed up, and Thompson does have his own Aghanims as well. So more spells, more combos ready to be flown out into the fights.
And some higher level in particular, right? His Exort's only level 3 right now, so that bumps it up that little bit extra that it provides with the Ags.
Let's see what they can find here. They're on the high ground. Smoke's going to be popped. PSG.LGD know they're on the low ground. They've got the vision as well. Onto Anna. Won't be willing to make a jump. They'll let them be. Arme just focused on getting that Manta done. Just about 700 gold and it will be there. Thompson still trying his best to spot things out. They have to warn the high ground. Chalice is going to go for the commitment. Thompson tries to block off the back lines with the tornado, but already Solskjaer's been burst out. Will buy back. Maybe did pop the BKB for this swap. BKB popped. OG can try and strike back. There is still the Ravage.
OG still has that ward on the high ground there too. They're spotting all of LGD during all of this.
See what kind of a jump they can go for. Anna wants that bouncy room. Will be able to grab it. X-Nova heads in. They've got the vision down. Sentry's down the high ground, and they'll be able to take X-Nova out. It's one down on LGD. Arme still trying to fight forwards. Has got the BKB ready to pop. Infested the creeps out and jumps back out. There's the Ravage though. Catches the two of them. Anna's in trouble. With the cooldown, they've got him. Both Anna and Solskjaer taken out on the back. They were able to find maybe. Thompson and Jarex did get a trade.
They know the BKB was on cooldown for the Tiny. They full committed with all their magic damage, but now Jarex trying his best to work his way around these three, but it looks like he's inevitably going to go down. The Centaur even turning
He's
against him.
He's going to have a little roll, but it's going to be blocked off as they'll trap him up. They will take another successful team fight, PSG.LGD. OG just able to find a little something by getting maybe
they're having
out of it.
They're having a lot of trouble getting their combos off. I saw there, they were attempting it. I saw the pings coming out, and you see the ice path is laid down, and that's where you know that Seb wants to try to run in and get the vacuum on top of it. But there's an Ion Shell on one of his heroes, on one of his teammates, so then the Ion Shell gets procced off a Carapace. It messes up the whole combo for themselves. They were trying to get that vacuum combo, but weren't able to. At least they got themselves that back line, but it costed them quite heavily.
Sort of the silver lining for OG being that these BKBs are going to get lower and lower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And it'll be a little easier to play around them. They'll have to relocate down into the jungle as they found an unsuspecting Seb. In on his own, he'll have to surge out. There's no further help coming his way, as it'll be a long run with the surge, but an easy chase down for PSG.LGD. Another kill. The carnage continues, 31-18 in just 36 minutes in. PSG.LGD holding on to this 9k lead.
And there it is. The IO has hit level 20. So that free Aghanim is now being able to be given to that gyrocopter constantly. And whew, the damage was already extremely high from Ame. This is going to make it that much scarier.
And there we have it. A little surprised, well, first time this batch on the gyrocopters. I guess obviously not your standard pickup. But definitely an item that makes a lot of sense this game.
Yeah, for sure. Just like the Dispels. It's going to be useful for those multiple reasons. Dispels, movement speed. As Roche, probably the next thing on the agenda. LGD. 20 seconds until their Ravage is up, and they're fine with just waiting this time, where they can just sit back and wait a little bit. But they're okay to take any type of fight that OG wants to bring at them right now. They are super powerful, and they are going to bring down that Roche so fast. They've got the Gush with the Gush talent for that extra -5 armor and a Solar Crest. So that Roche, if they walk in there and OG is not near, it will die before OG can react. OG has to be positioned around this area, prepared to fight. But they have no vision now inside of the LGD jungle. They have defensive wards, but no aggressive at the moment, as they have been taken out.
They're going to try for a smoke, but PSG.LGD have everything ready to fight with. See what kind of a lead they can get. Arme would be the dream one to jump, but they know that there's going to be likely backup behind him. They'll try for an easier kill. X-Nova's able to slide out to the Ravage. Chalice in with a 3-man Ravage. OG get absolutely shredded. They get the 3. They look to get Seb as well, as maybe has the control. Seb tries to run away, but there is no escape. 4 dead on OG, as PSG.LGD just show how easy these fights are with the lead that they have, as they'll go straight down the mid lane and look to start to take some of the barracks away from OG.
PSG.LGD there knows that the pressure is so heavy on OG to go and look inside of that Roche pit and commit forward to try to get a kill before it starts. Like, they're actually just looking to end the game right now. That combo, the Ravage with the tiny throw as well, the tree volley coming in. Oh man, and they just quickly bring down this Rax.
All heroes are just so massive on their lineup, PSG.LGD. As OG, they'll still remain in the game for now. With the Rax going down, PSG.LGD able to turn towards Roshan.
Gonna die so fast. This is without the Gush actually hitting it. It got blocked, and
it's just
some tree volley as well, why not?
A matter of seconds and Roshan's gone. He did, I got the snipe!
He actually got the last hit.
Snipe, Thompson. Alright.
It's a little bit of something.
Hey, you know, he'll take that.
Was he in XP range? I actually didn't get to see if he was.
Oh, he's level 22. I don't, he was pretty far. I don't know,
he was pretty far.
Range.
Yeah, he was pretty far, but maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it probably would. I know, maybe he did actually. But hey, it's a roast snipe. You know, he gets a lot of style points for those.
It's a little bit of something, but still a long road to recovery if they want to try versus LGD. 15,000 gold lead. 40 minutes coming across soon, so map control becomes more important at that 40 minutes. These double runes are coming out, and LGD already are prepared anyway. They have a DD in the bottle of the gyrocopter at the moment. Thompson right now trying to keep the split push going on up top to force some reactions, but LGD, they are more than ready to fight. 30 seconds for the Ravage.
Thompson can get on this. And maybe BKB will be popped. Anna trying to find those bashes. We'll get the one of them to X-Nova as well. Jax down next to Assassin, but Chalice is in, focusing down Thompson. Thompson is getting smacked down by this tide. Will turn ice upon ice action. They found X-Nova. Now Arme's ready to hit back. Jax trying to split the attention of Arme away from the rest of his teammates, as they will separate from one another, OG, and that for the moment being will keep them all alive. This time they'll get X-Nova, but they won't lose anything for it.
They're all getting split up here, and OG, they're trying to get some catch here if they can. There's still the Aegis, of course, on Ame. LGD now starting to position themselves together more.
He's got the Ravage back up, won't even need it. Soshka just gets anchor smashed down, jump into the river. Anna does turn, it's a bit of a bait, but FY pops the cheese, and with the tether, gets maybe back up the ball. Arme's Manta style, Deadly Blood comes out, but Chalice, the Ravage, catches the two of them. Anna cannot escape. Thompson's in trouble as well, as they'll chase him down. Sentry in the river spots him out. They'll take both cores, immediately buybacking on both of their heroes. Anna and Thompson trying to get back in on this. They'll get the drag back on him, maybe with that vacuum. They focus down the Tiny. There's no cheese on FY now to save him, as they will find maybe. Again, it's something, it's not a lot.
It's so different. The fights, the way they're going, it's because OG, they were getting a position where they're like, okay, we have 5 and they only have 3, and then LGD repositioning themselves on the high ground, they get the four-man advantage, and they get that beautiful Ravage.
Thompson, he's already behind the tier 2 tower, starting to tease around with him. He has the setup with the tornado. They're in upon him. The slowdown, and why? They didn't expect that at all. Thompson, just everywhere where they don't expect him to be. Sometimes in the most blatant of positions when he wants to be ravaged, but times like that, he's immediately pushing back past the tier 2. He's got a buyback Chalice. He's got that ravage once more. In he goes, takes the refresher off. It's caught OG by surprise. Damn, they escape. The combo, four-man vacuum wall. It's strong. Soska's ice path from Macropie is down, but the damage from Arme's too much. Can they get Thompson out of it? The stun will end. Trees are being thrown out for Thompson. He falls. He's dead for 2 minutes. No buyback Anna. He's got rage back up in a second for Chalice. He's in, chasing him now. There's the rage ready to go once more. Anna desperately trying to toggle himself out of danger. He's running. PSG.LGD though, they are chasing. He has a shrine. In goes the missile. Armlet's up. Is the heal enough? No, the barrage of trees come in. 3 dead on OG and 2 cores down for 2 minutes without buyback. PSG.LGD now in perfect position to look to win the game.
And there's no way that you can expect something like that on the side of OG. You're feeling very confident walking up on that high ground. You're like, oh, Ravage is on cooldown. Chalice busts out the refresher, the double insta buybacks, and it quickly gets turned. And Chalice is also packing quite a punch inside of these fights too. He's got the damage down for quite a while now.
Let's see what they can do. Jarek's just trying to keep their attention away from the base, but it's not going to work. He's dead as well. No buyback on the Earth Spirit. Down the mid they go, just left to Soshka and Seb to try and slow this push down, but it's not happening. The tier 4s are going. As PSG.LGD this game, as hard as OG may have fought, they just had the lead for the whole of it all. In they go, tossing Seb back. They know that they've got this game in hand. They'll take some extra kills as well. As Soshka falls, Seb as well. GG is called, and PSG.LGD take game 1, and they never fell behind.
No, not at all. From start to finish in this one, they looked very, very confident. How this Tidehunter pick for me was really the ace. It was absolutely fantastic. Chalice had a great game. Loved the itemization they went for too. That blink dagger, just so we can get in to get the follow-ups. Caught Ana. Even any type of stun that catches Ana, if he doesn't get the rage off, he's just dead. You can see how much damage they have to bust out, and LGD looking strong.
They really did. And that was, OG having some of their finest heroes. The combos were there, potentially. But Jaro Io, it's a strong one.
Yeah, and they even tried to adapt, right? The Lifestealer, where we're usually like, Lifestealer takes some time. He goes for this build that we're, of course, expecting in this game because they need physical damage so badly. Goes for the Armlet, goes for the Deso, goes for that type of build. Had a good game on Ana, had a fantastic game.
He was, he himself stayed at the top for the most parts of the early game, despite being very far behind as a team. And OG, they did make some good shot calling earlier. Even though the lanes had gone off to such a bad start, they were still able to make plays and find fights. They were just too far behind.
Exactly. I think if Thompson
PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Turn to ban. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. OG's turn to pick.
(10억짜리 꿈의 고기 15억짜리 꿈의 고기
10 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD.
Grimstroke.
Ten seconds remaining. PSG.LGD.
Stands ready.
Warlock.
OG's turn to ban. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to pick. OG's turn to pick.
League's assassin.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
No. 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 No.
PSG.LGD
Morphling.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Legion Commander.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
No. 10억짜리 구매고기. 10억짜리 구매고리.
PSG.LGD. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. PSG.LGD.
Shadow Demon. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. The sack.
Choose your hero.
You know what's cooking? Boom!
Thank you very much, GBS. Game 2, OG versus PSG.LGD in the hero picks. We're seeing some OG flair once again. Looks to be what we expect to be Thompson playing the mid-SD. It's done. It's worked for them in the past. I mean, you know, this is their last chance here. Is it going to work against LGD?
I'm just really curious. I want to see what type of build he goes. If he does something like, I know he's done a few times where he goes for like Solar Crest on these non-traditional heroes, just to buff up your core, right? Because he's an SD, and he has a Morphling. He's got these disrupted morphings that can go off too, so it's very interesting. I also think it's kind of neat versus the Sven. Like they were talking about at the end there, the Soul Catcher, and you're always going to be able to dispel that Warcry, right? With your ulti if you throw it on. So yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued. I'm really interested in how it's going to work out. I think LGD, they got really comfort heroes. Chalice, he's one of the few players that we're still seeing, well, there's a couple, but he's one of the few that we're still seeing playing the Legion, and it's a nice Legion game, right? He was versus that Bat Rider, the lane, he can put pressure, he has a Warlock on his team, and I feel like Sven's probably one of the best heroes that you can press the attack in the game. You press the attack of Sven with God Strength.
Oh boy. He hurts. He's chasing you down.
But the combos, right? We gotta watch for the combos again on OG. Can they get it off?
We've got to watch for the Sox Kebab.
Yeah.
Stepping up the difficulty, I feel, right? We've seen his clock as Jakira, now the Bat Rider. How's he gonna do?
It's definitely a tougher one. We'll see how he can do in the laning phase in particular. I think securing Ana's farm is going to be hard. That's the biggest thing I'm concerned, at least for OG in the start of this game. Ana. Oh. Deep breath there really quickly.
A bit of a scary move there for PSG. They could have nearly found him.
They tip him immediately. They know.
Stay hidden, sir.
But yeah, this is... I feel like the pressure that comes out from top could be pretty difficult for them to deal with, and I do believe it does look like they're going to run this aggro lane. They're going to put this Chalice in the bottom lane. They're even giving him extra regen on the Legion Commander so he can be down there. So yeah, they're really trying to put pressure on a Morphling. And look at the wards they place too. We see aggressive wards coming out from LGD to scout if there's any changes of lanes coming out. We see that deep ward so they can know the lane immediately.
And so yeah, talking about this mid lane, we'll see. Thompson Shadow Demon. We've seen it before.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to do in this lane.
Oh yeah, but I was going to ask you. How does the mid SD fare against the Lesh? I feel like
he should do fine. I feel like
the poison's going to be annoying for maybe, right?
Yeah, I feel like he should do really well in the lane, but at the same time too, you're feeding stick charges. You know you're against SD as like a Lesh, you're going to get a stick right away. So yeah, but the thing is that Thompson, you have higher base damage. That's the other thing that's nice for SD, and you've got a good animation. So there's always good ways that you can play around getting last hits, using disruption right there to secure some as well. I feel like he should be able to get a decent amount of farm here. So let's see the lanes right now. As we see top, there's an aggressive play coming out immediately.
Got the stun onto the two of them. One's as well on those creeps, so Ana is taking heavy damage and enough to bring him down. It's first blood for PSG.LGD. A big one as well, taking them off out of the lane. It was always going to be a tricky one against the aggro try of PSG.LGD. Getting that first blood couldn't go any sweeter for them.
Yeah, FY was literally just hiding inside of the tree lines there. He gets the stun, he wants to secure the range creep, he will get it up top there. A lot of sticky stacks on him though.
He's able to play it safe and get back. Once he's got that level 2, at least when he chooses to put the point in the spike carapace, it will make it very hard for the two of them to punish him, even if those stacks do build up. And the pull through as well, and FY just trying his best to make sure the Sasha can't really get in and find much at all from it.
Chalice is eating the pressure fine in here too. Has gone through already 2 or 3 of those tangles that he's been given to, but he has to press the attack as well, so he has that extra regen. He also has the ability, right there we see, dispels that Infernal Blade. Very important for him to be able to do that.
We're going to see up top, Soshka was trying to poke around, get involved in that pull.
Whoa. And meanwhile, bottom, he actually hits level 3 and just nukes the wave and gets Seb.
1v2, getting that kill.
Oh, that's Nova? Did he, maybe a little bit of a misclick there?
I was going to say, he hit the tower, not the hero.
Looks like he went for like an auto attack, right? Oh, mid lane too. Oh my god.
At the bottom, they will maybe be able to find Chalice in return. I say maybe, they're trying to. He's got a tango regen and he's actually going to be fine and able to walk it off. But getting a solo kill against the duo lane, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But it did. Chalice, all smiles.
He played that like beautifully. Just the way he turned, got level 3, skilled the nuke. Mid, we also did see for a moment, just on the HP bars in particular, because it was just a quick one, he got 6 stacks on him. So he got chunked down to nearly like 150 or 200 HP or so.
Chalice, have to be a little careful now. He's now out at the regen. Can only really rely on the passive to get him some of those heals. The top lane aggression, though, is just absolutely perfect from PSG.LGD, getting in every time. These 2-man stuns from FY. Following up the fatal bonds, it's so much pressure on this top lane for OG.
And they clipped the wave, so they're looking to dive this one here. The creep wave is coming under Saksha in a lot of trouble.
The bat is dead, and Anna will be chased around. Jax has come up with an ink swell. Try and keep them away from the morph, and will do for now, but still sitting incredibly low, Anna. It's been shadow worded, does still have strength to morph into. FY trying to nuke him down. Anna just playing around on the lowest of HP. Ame still here, another 2-man stun from FY. Anna now starting to play it safe, a shift back into the strength. But so much pressure, OG almost need to have the 3 heroes up here to ensure Anna's safety, as they will now turn, look towards FY, and will manage to get a kill. Soshka able to chase down the Nyx assassin, and FY no spells to throw back out to keep himself safe.
And meanwhile also, Seb gets a return kill. He solo killed Chalice now.
A little bit of revenge.
And that's a bigger kill too, because now you're getting that big bonus gold. He gets 450. He has like full phase boots on Doom after that.
That makes that 1v1 a lot harder.
Yeah,
for Chalice now.
We see in this mid lane, look at those last hits. See Thompson doing a great job of being able to secure those. He's had to expend a couple mangoes, but being able to get himself a rune in particular down bottom earlier, it's allowed him to be able to spam constantly. Now, of course, we did see maybe has bottled up an arcane rune for the time being, but we see Chalice and Seb just constantly trading blows. Seb coming out quite a bit ahead of this one here, though, even though Chalice was able to get that solo kill.
Up top. Just sort of the pressure from the bat now, able to do enough with the level 2 to just sort of hold them back, as now PSG.LGD have to decide who they want to make a go on. They'll go towards that. They're going to be able to burst him. He's just by the creep wave, underestimating the burst damage from their lineup, and Anna's just dead, immediately out.
Yeah, it's only level 3 too, so even if he does get the shift off, it's still pretty weak. It's once you hit level 5 that shift actually starts becoming really easy for you to survive. Mid lane.
Did you get the stroke of fate connection? Woohoo!
5 stacks.
Oh, baby. Just absolutely evaporated there to the poison of Thompson. A little bit of a poke as well from Jairus, of course, helping out. But that's the power of the mid Shadow Demon.
I am loving it already. It's having, I mean, look at that 37 to the 19 of the lash. He is using the disruption to get extra denies over and over again onto maybe, and he's doing a fantastic job, Thompson.
He is absolutely destroying that mid lane. It's his bread and butter, the mid SD. Not something that everyone can do for sure, but he certainly can. And he's showing it at full force here so far in the laning stage. And maybe just, he wasn't ready for it. As elsewhere, side lanes, 4 to 3. Less than a 1k difference.
And
a much better start for OG compared to that game 1.
And the lanes are breaking. Morphling's starting to get room, starting to get close to level 5, where he can always be able to just get that shift up. And now, yep, that aggro tri-lane, they got the kills. But now Morphling's gonna be able to catch back up and farm just fine up here. They're not gonna be able to chain stun and bring him down by any means with their draft, with their tri-lane now. They can look for the support still.
It's still hard to do. Anytime Sasha's got Firefly available, they struggle to chase him after that initial stun. He knows that he's pretty safe here. As that sort of early threat of the Fatal Bonds into stun it's going to fall off. Once Stanley gets those stat items, gets those levels, there'll no longer be situations where they can burst down the morph, even with the help of the damage output with the Fatal Bonds.
Yeah, they'll need one of the other heroes to come in there too. They'll probably need one of the cores, maybe the Lesh or the Legion Commander to be able to make a rotation up. Not right now, but within the next few moments, we could see that happen as stun, FY.
See if they can get him. They're onto Soshka. Soshka trying to dance around. The Inkswell stun won't come off in time. So Soshka will fall. FY able to find him without having to worry about being gone on in return. Bottom lane, both Seb and Chalice now hitting the level 6.
Seb's getting much more out of this lane. Mid lane, maybe he's being very careful. He has to be, of course, as that SD hits level 6, you can just get turned on. If you get like 2 stacks on you, that means he's inevitably gonna probably be able to get 5 if you're not positioned like at your tower. Because you can use the Purge and then also the Disruption to get a couple more.
Despite those early kills, it certainly feels that early kill potential has fallen off a little bit. They'll try again here, along with the creeps fed upon it, but Anna knows that he's strong.
He's level 5.
Stands his ground, knows that they can't get him back down towards the bottom. Maybe is able to find Jerax, but Tops is the one with the bigger cleanup. There will be a successful duel though for Chalice. He comes in, makes the rotation, and will be able to find that bonus.
They were chasing him for quite a while there too. It looked like they expected that he was going to farm the jungle because he was not really shown so much in the mid lane.
Why not? This time they get it. It looked like they were not going to be able to get away with that burst with the levels that he had, but they do. They get the kill. Soshka trying his best to find the trade. There's 6 stacks on Arme, a big stroke of fate as well for Jerax. Will get them the trade kill, but maybe CP'd in. Finds Soshka. Gets himself right back out of the map and right back to finding those kills. This is all action in all of the lanes. 8 minutes in, 9-6.
It's that death on Ana is very surprising. He did not expect him to stay up there with the 2 heroes.
He slipped up a couple of times on the morph in this lane.
Yeah, he stayed just a little bit too low versus the duo. As top again, we see Jerax getting chased.
The stun, both stuns miss. Jerax is breaking their ankles.
The poisons, it's enough.
They missed everything and Maybe's dead. Thompson getting the time to lay down the damage. The tips come out as well, and that's got to be a little tilting. Both FY and Maybe missing the stuns.
Fancy footwork.
This mid SD, I think it's breaking down Maybe's Lesh.
And look at this bottom. I hear Doom.
See if Seb's got the damage to finish it off. He's got a good chase potential. Keeping on top. One more hit should push him down. There is a Shadow Word heal. X-Nova. He comes in. That will keep Chalice safe.
That's a big one. Doom having that very long cooldown, 2.5 minutes or so. Being able to counteract that one is going to be pretty nice. Now they don't have to worry about that one on any of these type of aggressive moves that come out. As Sasha looks like he's trying to mess with Ame here a little bit.
I mean, it's doing his work. Making sure that Ame doesn't get the full sort of chance to free-farm these camps up. Soska's just trying to be as annoying as possible. Bottom lane, Chalice playing around on low HP. I mean, X-Nova's no longer here. Chalice is alone. He's got 5 Styx charges, and with the phase boots, the movement speed required to get out of Seb's reach. Jerax is here as well. Chalice still hanging around. I mean, if Jerax hits the spells, Chalice is going to be...
so low.
He's getting incredibly greedy here. Does now have the boost away.
Has the bottle charges as well given from his teammate to heal him up a little bit more too. One or two of those.
They're maybe just trying to bait in a bit of action from OG down because Chalice does want to get off another duel. 3 heroes around.
He's going for
the
it.
Opportunities. He closes in on the Doom. Unlikely to be able to kill him during the duel, but should get the kill nonetheless. They get the kill. Chalice now, turnarounds there from Thompson, TP's in, able to disrupt, hold him back, making sure the space is there for him to kill off Chalice.
They're just trying to cause havoc. I think that's the plan for OG right now. Make stuff happen on the opposite side of the map of where Ana is. Ana just needs all the space in the world to try to catch back up in this one, and that's it. You're just running, put the pressure on, and they have a mid SD, so that's what he wants to be doing.
Well. Look at him walking around the map with the double nulls and the ether lens, nearly level 12 as well. You cannot underestimate what Topson can do. He's got 4 kills so far this game.
Yeah, he's got a lot of double way of he can play, right? He can play in the aggressive potential, but also in the saving factor. The SD versus that Legion commander can always be a thing. He can always be in the back to save his teammates as well.
Goes FY with the Vendetta. See what he can find to open up. The scan did come out from OG, so should be aware that something as this is going on. And in fact, they'll know for sure that Spike Carapace sending back the Shadow Poison. They're going to bring in extra members. Jarek's here alongside both Soska and Topson. 4 members of PSG.LGD also around this area of the map as they'll start to wrap in, as looking to potentially get some vision, get some wards down there. FY.
You have Doom available now on the side of OG. The one thing you have to be careful about making some aggressive moves is there's a Warlock. He's level 6.
But here's the setup. Demonic Purge slowing down Chalice, allowing Soska to walk in. Easy lasso drags him back into the Inkswell stun. The pickoff's complete. And they can do this many, many times. 50 seconds and Topson will be able to go again. Just using that Purge to allow his teammates to run down the enemy.
Clean and easy. They can't turn it into anything, unfortunately, for themselves. They can't actually push this tower out of it because their only real power pusher is the Morphling, who's still... He's in recovery mode. Big time recovery mode, too, up to that top 4 net worth. But they get that kill at least and slow down a little bit of Chalice's momentum.
Of course, once this is happening, Anna's Morph.
Yeah.
The space is there up top.
He's got the Purse. He's already got the Perseverance. This is a game where you absolutely need the Lincoln Sphere, sure. You can't block the Nyx stun with the... But everything else, you know, there's so many different things that you can. There are a lot of ways that LGD can play around it, though. Even with, like, a Fatal Bonds from the distance, they have tools to be able to break it when he does have it. But they do have saves as well, like we were talking about. OG, they have ways to protect.
Might have sound on, mate. A little slower than would have hoped for.
Yeah. But he was in an aggro tri-lane, so it's like, you know, it's likely to happen. You can't always just hope for absolutely everything to go your best when you're running an aggro.
Topson's trying to come in with a smoke play. See who can find. Chalice showing in lane. Meanwhile, back over at the bottom half, maybe. It's able to move in. FY was sat there, vendetted up underneath them. They weren't prepared. The
Chalice.
Chalice trying for the duel. Jarek's here to help out. Chaotic Offering's down. Topson very deep for this. The duel will not be successful. Topson's still alive for now. Getting the poison out, but Chalice is being healed up. Arme's here as well to make sure Topson does not get away with that. A very aggressive dive behind that tier 1 tower. And it does cost him.
And it gives the kill to Ame. I feel like that's the best case scenario there for LGD, that he gets that last hit there with that Stormhammer. Even though they don't get the duel or whatever, it doesn't matter. They get the kill on that Sven. Topson. I mean, that's a very Topson move, right? He's feeling confident. He's level 13. Can make those aggressive plays, but he has the XP gain talent. So when you do die, you're giving up a lot here.
CF White showing himself bottom. Maybe doesn't want to be a part of this. He's going to TP back over to the jungle, clean up some neutral camps. Make sure that he can get that Yule Scepter done ASAP. Very close to having it. And we'll give him that more of a chance if they do try and run him down. He's actually going to have the high ground advantage as he walks down. Soshka's there. Soshka goes for the lasso, trying to disable him long enough to keep himself alive, but it doesn't matter. The AoE damage being fired out by this Leshrac.
He's getting surrounded, though.
Demonic Purge. And hey, Soshka will take that. A successful bait. The bat's gone.
They instantly smoked. They want to try to get something else out of it here, but LGD, they have a ward there. They did see the smoke coming out. Chalice is ready, running behind that tower to protect himself.
See what they can get. Zarmate closing in on the Echo. Chalice closing in on the Blink.
They want to try to stall this push as long as possible on the side of LGD. OG, they're trying to force it.
He's going to show himself. Still 2 remain hidden in the trees. Chalice starting to step forward, but with Jarek's here as well. He's got to be careful how he heads forward. An extra TP coming in toward that mid lane. FY, he's going to be straight into the trees. Gets the stun knock. There'll be defensive disruption from Topson. Keeping Jarek safe from any further attempt to Seb. He just charges in. Inkswell's upon him. They'll burst down FY. There's the Soulbind silence. On to 2 of them. They have to retreat. With X-Nova and Chalice, got to be careful. X-Nova low enough for mana. Anna gets the tier 1 tower.
A solid move by OG. They know that the Rock was committed top. You know, they want to and they need to try to get these early game towers when they have this type of lineup. You know, Morphling, he needs some time before he becomes like that great tower hitter, of course.
And a bit of a gold boost from across the map, getting him very close towards having the ultimate orb.
Yeah. Maybe also did not have TP available when they were trying to defend that mid tower there on the side of PSG.LGD, so. Derex will get spotted by the Yules.
Set up that Yules combo. Being revealed, maybe. Can find quick and easy picks as this. So if he finds anybody caught out on their own, up so much potential, the power of the Lesh. It's these kills that will allow him to catch back up with the farm on Thompson's FD, but as it stands, Thompson still very much holding on to that top spot in farm, level with Arme and his Midas.
And they're able to now they're pushing bottom now too. They get 2 towers during the downtime of Chaotic Offering. Now PSG.LGD, they do have that available again here. The team fights are definitely looking really strong for them. They also have the Blink Dagger finished up on Chao, so they have ways to initiate. That's the one thing that OG, okay, now they do actually have it too. They have the Blink on Seb, so I was gonna say, they are lacking a little bit on their initiation, but with this Blink Dagger on Seb, it can really change the tide. They can get these double dooms off now. He even also has the War Stomp. So he's going to be the one to allow Saksha to be able to get in close, to be able to get that double lasso if possible.
They're going to find Saksha on top. Leading out that top lane with the Firefly, bit of a surprise in the trees. Arme comes out. Lasso will be used. Saksha, is there anyone coming in to help him? There is not. He's gone. As Arme commits for the kill. And that money continues to roll in. This time around, it's Arme to be that core that stands strong at top. Head of OG's 3-core Seb, mid lane. Goes for the jump in, was out in time on F5 with the follow-up silence into the ink swirl. More than enough to disable for OG to get the support kill. But for the time being, PSG.LGD will be able to find the tier 2 top, no defense from OG. And in fact, PSG.LGD will be able to take the tower, get back towards mid, and make sure that they do not lose the tier 2 yet themselves.
I mean, they have their rock. OG has to be a bit careful here how they commit forward in the fight. Ana has a Lincoln's Field finished up, but he's not in the fight. You know, he's just still playing back and playing the farm game for a little bit here. As a, talents, very important in particular on that Shadow Demon. That's why we see, of course, him goes for that XP gain, now level 15. So the Shadow Poison, a lot more damage coming out from it. When he hits level 20, that's the next big spike for him.
I mean, that's a lot more as well. That's not a small percentage increase.
In the individual stacks, sure, it's not really that much. But once you get, if you get that 5x, yeah.
You do the maths and it hurts.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen already how easy it's been for Thompson to burst down some of these cores, especially the less rank. Maybe has to be careful with the Jules usage. On the mid lane, they'll go for the blink in. Thompson's going to be able to walk back here. As Chalice is held back, the Lincolns, it's going to be able to block the duel. Okay, they can change for something. It's a big on the 4, but is there the follow-up damage? He can't get in, but the Soul Mine is patching him to the rock. He gets burst out by Ana, and now in the backline, Seb, he's just running past them all straight onto Chalice. And maybe he's trying to focus the damage down onto the Doom, but Seb's still alive, keeps the distance, finally falls, but they've lost 2 on PSG.LGD. Ana's in, on top of maybe the heal will be there for Chalice, but there's the flame break, there's poison, Thompson gets the double kill. OG taking 3 for 1 in a fight where a 4-man rock was dropped. It didn't matter.
Chalice got a little cheeky there. He didn't get to click on the Morphling before he saw it, so he just instantly went for the duel. It gets wasted there, and Ame, sure, he sees a great rock coming out, but there's still a lot of control coming out from the side of OG. There's still a ton of magic damage, pretty much all magic damage coming out early game. He doesn't have the BKB yet on Sven.
Ana straight back to the farm.
And he's going to take the top. He's going to take the top spot.
He really is. That sort of top lane where there's a few mistakes were made, where he lost his life, has all been forgotten. He is back on par with Arme.
I feel like if you're Ame now, you're pretty much like, I don't get involved into another team fight situation. Maybe I can look for like kills with the God Strength or something like that. A team fight though, I'm not doing that until I BKB.
He's got to get it.
He's quite a ways away from it.
The fights are, yeah, as you say, they're impossible without it for him. Unless they get some sort of perfect 5-man disable, which is going to be hard. FY. Let's find a freebie though, that is the Thompson SD, and maybe they can get more out of this as Seb. Taken down to half. Alice has got the control, the duel's back, and they'll get the second one. PSG.LGD able to capitalize on OG, going out a little nonchalantly on that top lane, and they instantly lose 2 cores, and bonus damage for Chalice as well on top of that.
And sure, it's like, he doesn't want to join into a team fight, but that situation there, it's a pick-off. It's the next assassin setting up perfectly for it to be able to get that kill for him.
I mean, OG, it feels like they just need to keep better tabs on FY's movement. For the whole 20 minutes of this game, he has been given so much in terms of information. And yeah, as you say, the sentries are starting to really come out.
And even a gem has been picked up. I think it's Thompson who even bought it.
They need it.
They just need somebody to be able to protect. In particular, Thompson's like, I need to guard myself, so I need my own way. He buys the gem for himself, so he's going to be able to keep tabs of where that Nyx is, because he dies and he can still die in a single stun. FY now has the full Spirit Vessel finished up now too, so a little bit more problem coming out for the Morphling. Also great versus Doom, but in particular versus that Morph.
Such a close game this time around. 20 minutes, 18 to 15. Less than 1,000 gold in it. As OG back in with the smoke. And tier 1 tower there, still up.
Take advantage.
Good place to move from, yeah, with strong knowledge that there's not going to be any clear idea for LGD that this is coming into play. Obviously, it's a full 5-man smoke, so they may start to feel a little suspicious as nothing's being shown across the map.
Rock is back up now for LGD. OG, though, trying to clear out these wards, keep tabs of where the vision is at the moment, because they have this gem. So whoever they run into, they'll know.
I know that they're near. They need vision on FY, and Thompson, he's got it. There's the Yule setup, Seb, with the stun. See if anything comes from the rest of LGD now. They'll let FY be. There's no point trying to fight around here. Other they have to respect sort of OG instant kill potential, and
Jarek stops the TP of Ame.
They've got a good shot at getting him as well. The rest of OG can get over here. I mean, Ame, for sure, he's going to find Jerax, but they should have a good shot at finishing him off for his. Anna slides in with the waveform. Ame trying to run away. There's X-Nova on his way over, and as you say, has got the golem, but it doesn't matter. The stuns are out, the damage is there. Anna as well being the one to claim the kill. They just get back up top as PSG.LGD are trying to split push at the same time. But Jerax setting up for a huge kill, and now set. Instantly in, Blink Doom.
It's a fast Flash.
Speedy pony.
But it's also a fast Doom with a blink up in 5. Is there backup coming?
And Anna's coming in as well. Anna using the war cry to close in. FY. Stun will hold in. They pop the linkers. They do have the chain stun. And in fact, they're doing a good job. They're bursting down. X-Nova with the golem follow-up leaves no chance for Anna to play out of that situation. As a couple of great moves from OG, but then resulting in Anna back to the feeding ways of the laning stage.
And Nyx Assassin is one of the best heroes versus that Morphling, as always, because sure, you've got Lincolns. Impale on Nyx is one of those that does not matter. You cannot block that spell with it, so gets the chain stun off for his team. And sure, Jarek's getting that fantastic pickup on Ame bottom. But these last 2 situations, LGD did respond properly with that quick, immediate split push as their Sven was dying.
X-Nova getting closer to that Midas. That sort of impending power that the Warlock can offer as time goes on once that Midas is there. Gonna be here this game. As whichever way the game goes, unlikely to sort of close up very shortly. This one's got a bit of length to it, and that's only gonna benefit this Warlock.
I mean, this Warlock, and even they have the, we could call it the infinite scale, right? They have the Legion Commander.
They do.
And he's also versus a Morphling. So Blade Mail, Morphling is one of those high punching heroes. If you can get the duels off on that target, if there's no save from the disruption from that SD, a lot of times where Chalice could even do quite a lot to Anna.
Yeah, they've just got to look for someone to dispel that Lincoln's.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they find that in the fights and Chalice is there, it's the fantastic counter.
This gem has been doing wonders though for Thompson still. If he loses this gem, problems will be there very quickly, because LGD, if they have a gem in this game, they will take such hard map control, because it's a lot about initiation and a lot about these jumps right now, as we're seeing. Can you actually get the catch on before anybody gets their shift off? Or
It's all about Thompson. He's hit that a bit of a spike in his power, and she said to look out for the level 20. It's done.
And they've got Jerax with a blink dagger too, so now they have the real way of getting the combo out. Sure, Seb had the blink doom, but now they have the best way to get the blink and double doom. Soxka's still gonna be a long ways away from getting a blink dagger for himself, but he'll be able to catch back up.
And Anna very close to having the E-Blade at completion.
Yeah. Only a 2k gold lead. It's still very close game, 21-17 in this one.
Was OG unable to find the catch down bottom. Seb will show mid.
They really wanted to try to get something during the downtime of no...
FY's coming in, they see it. Thompson, he's got the control. They have that E-Blade out now as well. They've got a lot of bursts to work with. There's no hope here for FY. He'll try and get a stun out, but there's the E-Blade.
Power that gem.
It really has done wonders for OG. Just putting a stop to all the little moves and plays that FY was getting away with for the first 20 minutes of the game. It's made his game a whole lot harder.
Yeah. So PSG.LGD, they do have that BKB finished on Sven, which, yeah, crucial timing. However, he still has to be very careful because he's versus a Shadow Demon. There's always going to be that demonic purge, so that kite factor, always being able to dispel you off of your work grind, everything too, always going to be a bit of an issue, as we do see, of course. I believe we see also Thompson has queued up the Aghanims. I think Alan Nahaz was the one who mentioned it on the panel. Great Aghanims. It was either Alan or it was Lizard. I can't remember which one. But anyway, great Hags game because you have to disable these passives. Sven without Greater Cleave.
It's useless.
It's a lot different. And it gives you the extra charges. If he gets a Grimstroke ulti into a triple bind, a triple ulti or something like that, we'll get there. We'll see when we get to, if he's able to get that item.
I mean, as you say, yeah, not only the Sven, but also Lesh, but also the Legion. Ame jumping on mid, but there's that play. Thompson gives it all great jump from Chalice there, straight to the back lines, finds Thompson. Brilliant thing. And now set the stage to fight upwards. The Doom is down onto Ame. You got the BKB out in time, so not really a lot of follow-up damage for him. They'll turn toward Chalice. Chalice trying to hide inside of the pit, but Anna's got the right-click damage. They'll get the two of them. Double kill for Anna. OG just losing Thompson despite that really quick reaction from Chalice. As soon as Thompson showed there, he was on top of him with the duel.
Yeah, Anna, I think, prioritized also just protecting Thompson's gem. That's why he went to that side of the fight, just to make sure he can get that, because like I was mentioning, if LGD gets that gem, it'll be really problematic. So they're able to split that fight up pretty decently. The Doom, sure, connected on the Sven, but it didn't. The Soulbind actually didn't connect on two heroes. It connected on the Golem. So it's a double Doom, but it was a Doom Golem.
Yeah, I know, and it was a Doom Sven with BKB and God Strength pop, so he had the beat, and he had that Shadow Word backup from X-Nova. Top lane.
Absolutely.
They found them. There was another one set. Caught out. The rest of the team not there in time. Jarex and Soshka not in range. They'll still try and move across as Arna. He's in with the wave 4. See what they can find. Arme, BKB is back available in a second. He can go for the BKB TP, but actually, yeah, no lasso still. There's no lasso, and indeed he wants to fight. Maybe he's joined forces with him and Soshka's gone. He doesn't need to TP out. He can turn and kill them, and maybe he's still chasing onwards. Anna goes back into the... Maybe? Whoa, Anna! Going into the spin, thrown up the stun. Maybe was not ready for that one. The split out onto him with the stun there from Arme to finish it off. They do find Thompson once again, but Anna still trying to fight this. Gotta be careful though. Stun upon him. Jarex, can he have it out? The stun is going to be thrown out, but he's dead. And gone Jarex, and Anna selfie blade stuns there from Arme. He's ticking down the Spirit Vessel. He cannot escape. PSG.LGD effectively team wiping OG as for moments there. They were all laying dead.
They blow up maybe, but it's not just maybe in this game. They do have a very strong Tricore coming out. Chalice level 19. He is very threatening. Anna was beating on him, and he's not taking almost any damage there. And then, of course, we saw poor Jarex trying to help out his teammate there and just gets cleaved.
Here's the danger. And FY, a lot of charges to play with. 5 Spirit Vessel charges.
And now they've got the gem. Yeah, they've got the gem stolen.
Straight in mid, Seb tried to come in and farm the wave. Soshka's trying to help his friend. Seb's going to pop the BKB, but Chalice has the duel. More damage for the Legion. The chase down onto Soshka. The Spike Carapace on the Firefly holds him back. He's still trying to get out of there, but Arme, these stuns after stuns. So much control from PSG.LGD, leaving it impossible for OG to escape, as a game that was very close for the first 25 minutes has now slipped heavily in PSG.LGD's favor as OG lose 7 heroes back to back.
What a series of events, right? Just all the way from that top lane. That was literally what, like the last 2 minutes or so that they just completely chased them the whole time to get there. Soulbind down 2.
BKB being used by Akme just in case pull up his... Indeed, Anna comes in. Straight into the Sven, using the war cry to help chase down. How far away? X-Nova's going to be the one left behind. So get the support wall. But Chalice and Arme more than safe. Chalice, of course, really racking up the bonus damage now. 108 on the Legion.
They're going to try forcing the Roche.
It's a bit of a risky play. I mean, there is buyback on X-Nova, but he has got Golem.
They're going to do it.
They're going to do it. They're getting back in on this one. They're not going to let OG get away with this.
OG knows they have to try to force something there, though, with the advantage that they had for a moment. They are able to get a quick D ward.
They are going to try and lead towards maybe, but maybe into the trees. BKB, of course, being closed in on his Lesh too, and once that's there, make Dana's game a whole lot harder to go for that easy nuke that he's been able to find earlier on maybe his Lesh.
Yeah, and he's gone for all like those, I kind of say the traditional build now on the Lesh, after we've seen Sumail in particular popularize it with the Kaya, just so much damage that you get. So he went for all of his like small items in between before going for that BKB, so he can have it longest duration as possible into this later stage.
You can see that Arme at the start of the game, it was pretty average, but now he's getting ahead. These kills that OG's giving up to the Sven, spiraling Arme further and further ahead in a game where he was neck and neck with the Farm of Anna, but now that's a big difference. And there's another jump. Chalice just straight to the back line, looking for a dual opportunity. The Chalice being dropped down. The lasso was there in time. Soska's actually able to separate himself from the rest of the damage from the Sven. Seb gets taken apart in 2 hits, and then trying to run in to stun the Goblin, and now nukes down X-Nova. There's a buyback from Arme. He's having to come back in on this one, but X-Nova's still alive, finally falls, but Anna loses his life for it. Buyback from Anna, buyback from Seb. They're trying to keep the fight going, but Chal, he's dual Thompson. Stun's there from FY. Thompson's dead. It's a 4th buyback from OG.
Oh my
They're throwing everything into this fight. But Jax, he misses the stroke. PSG.LGD are able to disengage, and they will happily step away from that one. OG trying to force things there. They've used 4 buybacks. At the least, they've got to make sure that PSG.LGD don't get away with this Roche, but that's not going to be easy for them, Arme. And with the stun, Anna's going to try and start taking down Roshan. They have the Yule set up onto maybe, disrupted, bounce back as well by the flame break. Anna goes for the follow stun, but the BKB's out. Anna's in trouble. Seb jumps in, trying to keep him safe, but now they're just their attention towards the Doom. Seb's dead for 80 seconds. Die back on the Doom, and now even more going for PSG.LGD. They have the lockdown, looking towards Anna. Anna turns, he's back into the Morphle. The jump, no Chalice again. These duels. He Thompson once again. This Legion commander every single time finding his target. Anna surrounded by the 3 of them. Jax is going to try and do his best to keep him safe. Soshka heading back in as well, but it's just the 3 of them here on OG. FY finds the stun, jumping from Arme. Anna's out of mana, turns back into the Nyx assassin, but it's an easy kill for Arme. 4 dead on OG, and that's 4 diebacks as well, as this game has been thrown entirely out of control. Arme, he's level 25 pretty much. Roshan's gonna be theirs. I don't know if OG can come back from this one, as that was probably one of the quickest 13k jumps we've seen in a while.
Oh yeah, that was a complete swing. It is just so secure now for LGD. That was so many buybacks. Jared jumps in though.
He tries for it, but
Chalice.
he won't get it.
No mercy from Chalice this game. This whole series, Chalice has been phenomenal.
His tide, and then honestly, this Legion, it's, you know, Thompson. One of the reasons why his ST is good is because he's very smart with the positioning, but Chalice, he's not making it look like that. Every single fight, Chalice, he's just able to weave his way past everyone else, goes in with the BKB, so a lot of these times he's been able to sort of BKB, walk in the middle, and still get the blink off onto the Shadow Demon. And Thompson, he dies ever so quickly, you know, that's the weakness of the SD.
Yeah, he's even also, I'm seeing him throw the press the attack a lot of the times, throw the dispel and heal people too. I saw him throw it on the Sven in the last fight. I think it was after the lasso even finished, but either way, just these little bits of healing. Yeah, he's been having great game, and LGD, so much control. Now with all those buybacks, they're still dead for so long. This is a pretty easy racks for them.
Yeah, and almost certainly more, as PSG.LGD know their lead right now. It's a very, very sizable one, especially considering how close the game was kept for the most part of it. But now it's just absolutely out of control. A full Bloodthorn on Arme.
The amount of stuns that they have, I think, is really the biggest thing for me that I'm seeing coming out in these fights, because they just have such an overwhelming amount of control. Sure, some of these targets, like Seb, they have BKBs, they have ways to play around it, but there's so much extra follow-up disable. There's like a Nyx stun, into a Lesh stun, into a Sven stun, and then a duel. There's just a lot of different ways that PSG.LGD have been able to play around these fights, and like you said, getting into the backlines. FY giving the vision a lot of times, giving Chalice the opportunities to get and jump onto those backline heroes.
As OG have to play ever so carefully now if they want to have any chances turning this around. Yeah. A lot rests on Anna to sort of give us an incredible show on the morph, but it's hard.
It's getting harder.
Constant just Spirit Vessel charges after Spirit Vessel charges. The amount of disable in the game, it's almost impossible for him, and you can see there just how quickly this game went out of control for OG. It's now 22k and just ever growing this lead. PSG.LGD back on smooth sailing for a second victory as they get the jump. Anna's been found, he needs help, he needs it now. The offering's going to be dropped down upon him. He's able to self-blade, get back. They do get the double doom off. They're trying to turn, but they've lost Sochka, they've lost Jarex. Jarex has got a buyback available, but that's the doom down.
They're just too tanky at this point, and you see the itemization from Anna going for the blood.
And they're able to walk up on Thompson. The spike carapets catches him out into the base once more. PSG.LGD looking for a second round, and they're ready to start diving for kills as there's only the 3 members of OG here trying to hold. Zeb, Jarex, and Anna, can they really do anything to turn it around again though? Chalice in on the back. It's given the rampage. Oh, he didn't get it. That's disappointing.
He deserved it.
He really did deserve it. And it's game over. GG is called. PSG.LGD taking game 2 and taking this series 2-0, and that ending to that one, it was terrifying from them. There was no hope for OG after those buybacks. They pulled back. They tried to go for Roche. And in a game where it didn't feel like they had to go for that sort of desperate play, at that point the 4 buybacks came out. I think they were probably looking at each other and went, oh, you bought back? Oh, we all bought back. Oh my goodness, we got to do something.
Yeah.
They tried, but that was a risky point, and that